Coming up, Ghana-US sign agreement, phase 2 of Feed the Future initiative to commence. NAGRAT declares strike in relation to HRMIS and unsettled arrears. Higher tobacco taxes proposed. Ministry of Health aims to reduce the intake of harmful products. SNIT settles pensioners. 1.7 billion Ghana cedis issued out to pensioners. Technology and science in AGRIC. Agribusiness must be driven by science and technology, says Director, WACCI. Good evening and welcome to the update. My name is Kofi Esiedu-Berryman and we're coming to you live from the studios of Daily Guide Network with news reports from around the world. Please stay with us for the news. And now to the stories. The governments of the United States of America and Ghana have signed a declaration of partnership at the African Green Revolution Forum hosted in Accra. The declaration launches a 5-year Feed the Future country plan for Ghana that will increase investment in agriculture, build greater resilience, and improve household nutrition. Feed the Future is the US government's global hunger and food security initiative, bringing together investments from 11 US government agencies to help accelerate Ghana's journey to self-reliance through agriculture, trade, and policy reforms. Through the declaration, the two nations aligned their priorities for investment in food security, trade, and nutrition in Ghana in the Northern, Northeast, Upper East, and Upper West regions, and in coastal fishing zones. It also strengthens resilience to better cope with drought and other disasters and support a well-nourished population, especially women and children. The initial phase of Feed the Future began operating in Ghana in 2010 and has reduced poverty and stunting in northern Ghana. The new plan will build on these gains and expand Feed the Future's focus on private sector agriculture investment and trade to accelerate economic growth. And in education, leaders of the National Association of Graduate Teachers, NAGRAT, have called on its members across the country to lay down their tools and stay out of schools, effective September 5th. According to the association, the decision to embark on strike is to protest what they say is the deteriorating conditions of service that they attributed to the introduction of Human Resource Management Information System, HRMIS, in 2015. At a news conference in Accra yesterday, NAGRAT's president, Eric Angel Kabonu, said that the system managed by the Public Service Commission, PSC, was hindering the progress of teachers in the Ghana Education Service, GES, as no letters indicating effective date of promotion has been issued to its members over the past 3 years. Other issues raised by NAGRAT included non-restoration of additional responsibility allowance over the past 3 years for promoted teachers, difficulty in reinstating teachers into GES after completing study leave, and a delay in organizing promotion interview for teachers who have stayed on their rank for more than 6 years. He also highlighted the difficulty in conducting transfer in GES over the past 3 years as a result of the introduction of HRMIS. Government was also reminded of its obligation to pay salary arrears, which has over the past years been compounded by problems in salary upgrades and promotional issues. On to matters of health, the Ministry of Health has initiated processes towards increasing taxes for alcohol, tobacco, and other harmful products to generate enough revenue to support the National Health Insurance Scheme, NHIS, the Deputy Minister of Health, Alexander Kojo-Kom-Aban, has disclosed. The move, which is expected to happen before the year ends, is also aimed at reducing the intake of such harmful products, thereby reducing healthcare costs and also improving the general well-being of Ghanaians, thereby reducing the rates of non-communicable diseases. The minister, who was speaking at a national high-level meeting on non-communicable diseases (NDCs) held in Accra, said that the government, as part of its policy consideration in a yet-to-be-launched NCD policy and strategy data, intends to have persons with chronic NCDs captured under the NHIS in order to alleviate the burden of such persons. The chairperson of the Ghana NCD Alliance, Dr. Beatrice Wiafe, has described the UHC agenda as a laudable initiative that was relevant to reducing NDCs as it sought to provide needed quality care and financial protection to fight such diseases, especially in poor societies and rural communities. She called for a change in attitudes and cultural practices that included stigmatizing persons with NCDs and downplaying the relevance of health check. The Chief Executive Officer of the Food and Drugs Authority (FDA), Delsimi Midako, on her part tasked the media to focus more on promoting healthy living as opposed to promoting consumer products that are contributing to the NCD epidemic in the country. Now let's delve into more stories. The Social Security and National Insurance Trust, SSNIT, has paid over 1.7 billion Ghana cedis to more than 200,000 pensioners on the pension payroll as of July 2019. It has also reduced its average benefits processing time from 21 days in 2018 to 17 days and registered 106% of its target, leading to a sharp increase in the number of establishments' contributions from 67,101 to 68,010. Director General of SSNIT, Dr. John Oforitenkrine, said this at the Trust Annual Operations Conference. The three-day conference starting yesterday in Cape Coast provides the platform for SSNIT executives, department heads, area and branch managers to discuss topical issues. They would review performance, proffer solutions, and come up with new operational policies to ensure organizational growth. He said the trust would no longer be paying the 25% operational lump sum to pensioners from January 2020 because the 10 years transition period for the National Pensions Act, Act 766, ends on Tuesday, December 31st, 2019. Meanwhile, the management of the trust, Mrs. Autry, said would soon publish the names of highly indebted companies and their directors in the print media and on the trust website to remind employers of their obligation to employees. And now Africa needs to mainstream the utilization of science and technology to drive agribusiness, says Professor Eric Dankwa, the founding director of the West Africa Center for Crop Improvement, WACCI, of the University of Ghana. He noted that agribusiness would not flourish if the drive is not underpinned by good science and technology. He said WACCI's yet-to-be-launched Enterprise Hub for Agricultural Innovation and Entrepreneurship would be a game-changing platform to equip the youth with the knowledge and skills needed to run businesses. Professor Dankwa said this when board chair of the Alliance for a Green Revolution in Africa, AGRA, and former Prime Minister of Ethiopia, Haile Mariam Desalegn Posh, paid a courtesy call on him in Accra. The visit was to enable the AGRA delegation to have an overview of the impact of the efforts by WACCI towards becoming the foremost center for postgraduate training and research in crop improvement in Africa. Touching on its maize breeding program, Professor Dankwa stated that WACCI had developed 3 maize hybrids yielding 9 to 10 tons per hectare. He said in 2018, WACCI received a grant of $8 million to bolster postgraduate programs, improve curricula, attract visiting scientists from advanced laboratories, offer specialized courses for research scientists, expand research capacity, and work with industry and other academic partners in the region. Always a pleasure having you join us on the update. The weekend is here and I challenge you to read a book. Remember to stay connected and informed at Daily Guide Network on social media and dailyguidenetwork.com. The update is sponsored by Diamond Cement and powered by Press Express. Enjoy your weekend.